Three injured Azam Media Limited employees recovering at Muhimbili Hospital. And in sports, Yanga is satisfied with next season's Premier League fixtures. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbo. First, the national news. President Dr. John Magufuli has called on politicians to stop misusing security organs as their responsibility is to ensure peace and stability prevails in the country. President Magufuli made the statement when inaugurating houses for police officers in Geita region.
Ninawasihi pia wanasiasa wenzetu tujiepushe na tabia ya kutoa maneno yanayovizalilisha vyombo vyetu vya ulinzi na usalama kwa lengo la kujitafutia sifa na umaarufu mbele ya wananchi. Kuhusu nyumba zilizojengwa na zinazoendelea kujengwa, na wasihi sana askari watakaopata bahati ya kuishi kwenye nyumba hizo kuzitunza.
Meanwhile, on a tour in Mwanza region, President Magufuli launched new medical services at Bugando Referral Hospital and said that patients will go for treatment abroad will only be those who fail to get the medical services in the country.
Ni lazima mtu atakayekuwa anapelekwa nje apelekwe kweli ana makusudi ya kupelekwa nje.
Let those who are taken abroad be deserving. Let us not force anyone to go and do tourism. We embarrass the very experts whom we've trained. I was happy when they informed me that they will do so themselves.
Vice President Samia Suluhu Hassan has assured researchers and education stakeholders that Tanzania will implement the 2020 and 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, which aim to ensure that people with disabilities get their rights to education, health and other social services. Vice President Samia Suluhu Hassan made the statement when addressing researchers from 32 countries from Africa and Europe attending an international conference on how the Sustainable Development Goals can help people with disabilities taking place at Sebastian Kolowa Memorial University.
I've been assigned by Honorable President to open the 16th meeting, which is taking place in Tanzania. We take pride in that. This has been made possible in Tanzania. Honorable President, the people of Tanzania and those with you here warmly welcome you. It is our hope that in this meeting, a lot will be discussed and look at measures taken by different governments and various institutions that deal with people with disability, particularly on education.
The police force's anti-narcotics unit has seized a house in Mbezi, Kwembe, Dar es Salaam and arrested 3 people who were found with 21 kilograms of narcotics and 4 vehicles used to distribute the illegal drugs in various parts of Dar es Salaam. The head of the anti-narcotics unit, Salim Kabeleke, said the operation against narcotics is ongoing and urged the public to provide information on those involved in the illegal trade.
At around 6 p.m., the head of the department that deals with crime related to drugs received intelligence that in Mbezi there is an empty house with just a security guard, and it has been used to house drugs, and suppliers go to get drugs to supply in different parts of Dar es Salaam and neighboring regions.
3 Azam Media Limited employees who were injured in a road accident which occurred last Monday at Chelui area in Iramba district, Singida region, are recovering well at Muhimbili Hospital after being transferred from Selian Hospital in Arusha. The patients are Muhammad Mushehe, Artis Masawe and Muhammad Mainde.
They are doing well. Our job is to make sure that we save them, and when we receive them, we concentrated on treating them so as to protect them from dying. They are still under observation, but the other one was operated on. Regarding this care, we have experts who are in India for training to build capacity. We are working with our colleagues from Oxford in England who will be here for 2 weeks to train us on how to give treatment. Just in Muhimbili, we are seeing between 80 to 90 patients per annum. These are new patients diagnosed with blood cancer. However, we get between 120 to 140 new patients.
Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has directed that all cotton grown in various regions in the country be sold and farmers to be paid by 30th July this year. He gave the directive when addressing residents of Mboto and Mwabakima during his tour in Igunga District, Tabora region.
Farmers are set on producing more tobacco than in the previous years, which in return we end up with a lot of tobacco. Discussions are ongoing. We are in Egypt. Though Egypt doesn't buy a lot of tobacco, it has promised to connect us with countries that buy tobacco. We were with Vietnam, but they had certain preferences, so we are looking for markets. We've been working with Malawi and our president. After meeting with Malawian president, he was able to meet with some tobacco companies who have promised to come to Tanzania to add more energy to tobacco market.
Tanzania can benefit from the Southern African Development Community SADC market through various agricultural products such as sunflower and should also use SADC to penetrate the international market.
Tanzania has prioritized in building of industries. SADC in its 15-year plan carried out a review in 2012, and it was decided that priority was going to be given to industrialization and a single market. But to make that a success, there is an agenda on infrastructure. On Industrialization Week, we believe that it will be very beneficial for Tanzanians to participate. Industry owners from 16 countries will be attending from SADC region. Of course, South Africa is in and has large industries, and other countries too will be coming. This is a rare opportunity for the private sector in Tanzania to meet with its counterparts in looking for markets, but to attract investment too.
A test ride of a train engine has been conducted on a 351-kilometer rail line from Tanga to Moshi for the first time in 13 years after completion of its rehabilitation. The test drive was witnessed by some residents of Kilimanjaro region who said revival of the rail line will open up economic opportunities.
Jana usiku bana nimesikia honi.
I heard the sounding of a horn twice today, and I wondered if the train had started to operate. So when I came to this place, I saw there was some work going on. It is great that the railway is being revived, which will be good to business and tourism. Some of the challenges we are faced with include soil being deposited by rainwater, blocking drains and covering up rail tracks. Another issue is on people using land belonging to the railway authority to farm, putting up houses, etc. We've had equipment stolen, which has forced us to incur additional costs.
Residents in Kigoma region have commended measures being taken to prevent Ebola entering the country. However, they urge the government to hold talk with leaders from neighboring countries which are not screening nationals traveling out of the country to join the fight against Ebola. On his part, the district commissioner of Buhingwe said measures being taken against Ebola include education provided along border areas.
I would like to commend the East African Community medical officials for coming here to ensure that we are prepared to deal with the Ebola virus should the virus find its way here. In my opinion, these medical officials of the EAC have done a very good job because they have not only cleansed our hands, but they have also taken other precautions with us in this area. I'd like to tell you, Deputy Minister, that Buhigwe district has already taken a lot of precautionary measures to deal with the possible Ebola outbreak. These steps include providing education to members of the society on how to avoid being infected with the Ebola virus. I would just like to first thank God that there have been no Ebola infections at all in this country to date. But what exactly does that mean? It means that we have to continue taking the precautionary measures which we have been doing. I would also like to reveal that all health systems are in place to deal with an Ebola outbreak should it happen in our country.
And African countries have been reminded to strengthen security in their countries following threat of terrorist groups to recruit new members and conducting illegal activities which aim to disturb peace and stability in developing countries. This was said in Dar es Salaam by the ambassador of Turkey in Tanzania, Ali Davutoglu, at the commemoration of 15th July 2016 coup attempt by FETO organization, which left more than 200 people killed and thousands injured.
For the Turkish nation, we commemorate this day as a democracy and national unity day. The reason is that there was a coup attempt, and this coup attempt was organized by Fethullah Gülen leadership. Fethullah Gülen is living in America, and this person infiltrated into army, infiltrated all government offices, and secretly organized these coup attempts with the support of other countries. And the Turkish people resist. They took the streets and they were against the army to stop this coup attempt. And the Turkish people succeeded to stop the army.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows shortly. And in international news, governors today marched the Supreme Court in Nairobi, Kenya, to present a petition that seeks to unlock the impasse in the Division of Revenue Bill of 2019. The governors filed the application seeking an advisory from the Supreme Court on a failure by Parliament to pass the bill, which they claim has starved counties of cash. We have decided as a council of governors that we come here and find out on legal stand in issues concerning income. We are happy that this case will be mentioned on Friday. We have come to this decision following a failed decision towards how much money should be allocated to county governments, National Assembly and the Senate. It is almost the third week into the new financial year of 2019-2020. So far, there are no agreements towards financial distribution for the county government.
Mgogoro huu umeathiri shughuli mingi katika kaunti zetu.
This conflict has affected county duties, including annual budget, because counties' finances depend on national government budget. That is why we have decided to seek help at the Supreme Court in order to know our stand legally, so that next time we cannot go through the same situation.
Kuhakikisha kwamba imechambua sheria vilivyo.
Ebola vaccinations have started in eastern Congolese city of Goma on Monday after the first case of the virus was identified in the city. Here are more details.
Democratic Republic of Congo was hit with its second worst Ebola outbreak last year, but it's the first time Goma, with a population of about 1 million, has had a confirmed case. Vaccination against Ebola just started to protect people who have come to be in contact with a positive case, the World Health Organization WHO said. According to Dr. Haruna Jingare, the infectious disease program manager for the WHO's regional office in Eastern Congo, it's a crucial task to contain the spread in Goma.
And a heavy rainstorm has caused massive destruction on some houses in Kivugiza area, Nyarugenge district, Kigali in Rwanda, after rainwater entered the houses. Some residents say the floods were caused by lack of water drainage infrastructure on a road being built by a Chinese company. At night, we had heavy rains outside, but didn't worry about anything. Suddenly, we started seeing water running inside the house. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to save anything from television, mattresses, computers to food. When the Chinese company was constructing the road, some of us advised for expansion of drainage systems, but nobody listened, and these are the results. And that is the end of international news. Business news follows shortly.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight. TIB Corporate Bank has said that it is not under supervision of the Bank of Tanzania, as has been reported in various social media, but that changes made of removing the CEO of the bank aim to increase efficiency on its operations.
TIB
will continue with its duties as how they were before leadership changes. Next to you are the leaders of TIB Bank. This means that the entire management is continuing with their daily duties. The previous quarter, which ended 21st March 2019, the bank made profit of 935 million shillings. This shows that banks are not creating losses, and our performance is recognized by Bank of Tanzania.
BOT guideline.
Tanzania Rural Urban Initiatives RURI has called on cooperatives to adhere to good governance in order to grow their businesses and enable members to benefit economically. Cooperative societies have not been giving good and proper services to its group members, making people losing faith and reasons towards relying on cooperative societies' services. This has grown to bigger margins, where the government currently has begun giving directions on how business, especially farmers' business, to use cooperative societies. Number of tourists visiting Kolo Cave drawings in Kondoa District, Dodoma region has increased during the past 4 years due to the Great North Road, which has passed through the area, which has a history that dates back to 1500s. Are happy with the experience they got and things they have seen and learned. It feels like we have been trained while at work. We shall work on every experience that we got.
Lakini Watanzania wote kwa ujumla,
Tanzanians should come and visit this area as well as learn our history and see different attractions. This is the only way on how we will teach our children and the coming generation about history of this country and its people. That is the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Position, Joaquinho, he did lose and then
Welcome back, and in sports news. Young Africans chair Mshindo Msola says he is satisfied with the Premier League next season fixtures, but he has urged referees to be fair in their decision-making to reduce complaints from participants' teams.
It is not very bad, but the concern is in 3 areas. First is the officials, because there is nothing more painful to any coach if the decision is made by the referee instead of according to the match. This is a huge problem at TFF. We know of a few referees who were only officiating matches of one club. This is not acceptable. So my first request is for the National Officials Committee to check themselves.
The mainland Premier League champion Simba Sports Club have left for South Africa today, where they will have a 14 days pre-season camp.
I had many options, but Simba showed seriousness till the last minute. They came for me, and since I also wanted to come here, I saw it fit to take the opportunity as my contract had ended. I decided to come here and face another challenge.
Nigerian Arsenal forward Alex Iwobi believes the future is bright for the Super Eagles despite seeing the Africa Cup of Nations dream crushed by Algeria on a Sunday night. Here's the story.
Manchester City star Riyad Mahrez sent the Algerian fans inside the Cairo International Stadium into a frenzy after he converted a last-minute free kick to pit the Desert Foxes against Senegal in the final. The North Africans initially took the lead in the 40th minute, courtesy of a William Troost-Ekong own goal. However, Odion Igalo drew the West Africans level from the penalty spot following a handball inside the box by Azam Mandi. Iwobi, who featured for the entirety of the game, suggests it just wasn't to be for Nigeria following a dominating display from Jamel Belmadi's men.
Hakim Ziyech is better than Mesut Ozil, says Mark Overmars, but Arsenal have ignored the advice of a former star to offload a World Cup winner and raid Ajax for a player they could get for half the price. Here are more details.
Talk continues to rage around German player Ozil in North London. Plenty of questions have been asked of his value to the Arsenal cause, suitability to the system favoured by Ghana's boss Unai Emery. Overmars, who once starred under Arsene Wenger in the Premier League, believes he has a solution to a transfer proposal. The Dutchman, who is currently director of football at Ajax, believes he is working with a player in Amsterdam who could prove to be a sure addition for Arsenal on a sporting and financial level.
And Manchester City have finally set off for their pre-season tour of Asia 2 days later than originally scheduled after an administrative issue, so their flights cancelled.
Should be under the club's control, with the travel company reportedly to blame. It was then reported on Sunday that City's flight had been cancelled again. Although the club failed to confirm that at the time, a tweet from their official Twitter account a day later suggested the rumors were accurate.
That sport item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbu. Thank you for watching and good night.
In innovation this week.
Hii ni bakteria aina ya fungi sporangia. Ukiona hapa image yake ni kioo na kiduara. Lakini hicho kiduara nikiangalia kwa macho mimi naona tu ni kiduara.
Hamna kitu
lakini ukiangalia hapa picha yake ni hapa unayemwona huyo fungi ndo anafanana hivi. Na anapatikana kwenye mkate ukianza kuweka ukungu, ugali, wali ukianza kuweka ukungu kwenye
vile kijani sijui nyeusi.
Vile vitando kwenye kitunguu kile tunachokata nusu afu tunatumia tena kesho vikiweka
huyu hapa
ndo anafanana hivi.
Lakini robot pia kama hii na yenyewe ni mfumo kama huo na inafanya kama hivi, ila yenyewe tumeiprogram ili iweze yenyewe kuchukua kitu yenyewe na kuweza kukiweka. Inashika, itatoa, tunategemea igeuke iende kuweka sehemu, tena itakuwa inarudi kufanya operation kama hizo mara kwa mara.
Tune in to Innovation on Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Capital Television.